Welcome again, my beloved learners. So, let's continue our lesson on Module 4, which is human being with others. So, last time we talked about freedom, responsibility, and accountability. We also emphasized that human being should be treated as a subject and both as a means and as an end. Kasi nga tayo mga tao, we are different from other creations, other non-living things, and even other living things. Okay, because we have our non-bodily state, our spirit, and we are also rational beings. But again, the question is, why should we be treated as different from other creation? Bakit? 'Di ba? Ganun pa rin naman lagi yung recurring question. Ano ulit ang meron pa sa atin? Why should we be treated as a human being? Bakit na hindi normal kapag tinatrato mo yung kapwa mo bilang object, bilang utility, or bilang non-human or non-person? Bakit hindi siya okay? At bakit din dapat nga tayong tratuhin na bilang tao for who our nature is, no? So, one answer to that, another answer to that is, of course, as human beings, we have our rights. Okay, so these rights, again, is related to our freedom. So last time we talk about freedom vis-a-vis responsibility and accountability. O ngayon naman, we will talk about rights vis-a-vis duties. Okay, so hindi kasi siya talagang pwedeng paghiwalayin. So as opposed dun sa madalas na misconception na parang kontra sa kalayaan ang mga duties at responsibility, pero philosophically and even biblically or in other avenue for reason, we will always arrive with the conclusion that they are intertwined. Hindi pwedeng paghiwalayin. So let's now go on with rights and duties. So with rights, rights exist, or rights is the reason why we have duties. Okay? Kasi nga it's the duties or the responsibility which preserves our freedom and rights. Again, what do we mean by rights? Rights are our certain privileges and entitlements where we are permitted to do. Pwede nating gawin, recognized universally and morally speaking. So pwede natin itong gawin, pero pwede rin nating itong tanggihan kahit ito ay maganda. Okay, so yun yung rights. Unlike duties, you are really obliged to do it. We are obliged to perform it. Okay po. So, our rights exist because in relation to duty, the duties protect the rights, and at the same time, kaya naman yung duty pina-perform natin in recognition of the rights. So, halimbawa, kung ikaw inutusan ka ng magulang mo, of course, that's a duty being entrusted to you. Pero ba't mo kailangan sumunod? Simply because you recognize the right of your parent as someone who is authority over your life. Kaya kailangan mong sundin yung sinasabi ng iyong mga magulang. Same holds true with our government, na kahit hindi natin kadugo yung gobyerno o hindi mo gusto yung nanalong kandidato, but when they reinforce the law na napagkasundo, dumaan sa tamang proseso, kailangan mo sundin. Okay, not because dahil gusto mo lang yung tao per se, but simply because you recognize the right of the state ng ating lipunan, ay ating gobyerno rather, para gawin yung mga ganong bagay. Okay, especially legal rights. So ngayon, let's talk about the two kinds of rights. Ano yung dalawang uri ng karapatan? Yan, in Filipino, karapatan. Kasi freedom in Filipino is kalayaan. And then of course, kasabay noon o anak noon yung karapatan. Dahil kung walang kalayaan, wala rin karapatan, di ba? So, karapatan is rights. Okay, in English. So, there are two kinds of rights. Number one, you classify it first in relation to duties. Okay, kasi nga related silang dalawa. Okay, then the other one, you classify rights according to the membership of the person exercising the rights or where the right is applicable. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is in relation to duties. So there are also two kinds of duties. Okay, the duties of non-interference and the duties of provision. When you say duties of non-interference, ibig sabihin mga anak, ganito. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung kakayahan mong gawin o tanggihan, yung karapatang pantao, hindi dapat alisin sa'yo. So for example, inutusan ka ng nanay, ng kapitbahay mo na tingnan yung kanyang anak na baby dahil may trabaho siya. So of course, you have the right na tumanggi, you also have the right na maging makatao. But nobody can prevent you or can take it against you kung tumanggi ka. Kasi nga, you have that privilege or right na pwede kang tumanggi as part of your freedom. So, ang tawag dun sa ganong klaseng duty, pag binibigyan ka ng ganong duty na pwede mong tanggihan, is duties of non-interference. So, ang tawag naman dun sa right or karapatan na nagiging bunga ng ganong klaseng duty is negative right. Okay? In the discussion of our lesson according to our book, no? Then, the other one, because yung pangalawa is the duty of provision or positive performance. Ibig sabihin ng mga anak na bahagi ng ating responsibilidad na mag-set up tayo o mag-provide ng mga avenue or opportunity para mas lalong ma-enrich yung growth ng kapwa natin at malalo sila bigyan ng pagkakataong i-exercise ang kanilang karapatan. Halimbawa, nun ay ang edukasyon. Di ba kaya ang edukasyon ay karapatan ng lahat, tama? It's not only because, of course, meron ka pa rin karapatan na tanggihan ito, no? Meron pa rin tinatawag na non-interference. Kasi, pang non-interference is always visible sa lahat ng klase ng karapatan. But nevertheless, dahil itong karapatan mo sa edukasyon will enable you to grow as a person, will equip you to be more matured in your choices, will open more opportunities para ma-practice mo yung karapatan mo at iba pang mga karapatan bilang tao. Therefore, that kind of right or karapatan in relation to the duty of positive performance or provision is what you call positive right. So there you have it, the two kinds of right in relation to our duties as a human being. Now let's go to the next classification of right, which is yung tinatawag nating in terms of membership. Now, what do you mean by membership, Sir Anthony? There are three kinds of membership. The first one is contractual membership. Like for example, ako as an employee of CEIS, I have 1 year every year, no, since last year I have a renewable annual contract with them. So of course, as far as I am part of the organization of CEIS, of the company, of the school, I can exercise the rights na ibinibigay nila sa mga empleyado nila. But the moment na nag-expire yung contract ko at hindi na ma-renew, wag naman sana, no? Wag ma-renew. O again, wag naman sana. But the moment na nag-expire, ibig sabihin ng mga anak, hindi na ako entitled dun sa rights and privileges na binibigay ng CEIS sa kanyang employee. So wala na akong 13-month pay, wala na akong gitong rice allowance, etc. Okay? So, yun yung unang kind of membership, yung tinatawag na contractual, which paves the way for contractual rights. So, when you say contract, it means there is an agreement. Okay? May kasunduan. And we know na although contract is also covenant, pero syempre alam natin the contract is as good as the paper, no? Then the next one is the next kind of membership is what you call state membership, by state or by estado, by lipunan, ay by government. So tayo mga Pilipino, we are Filipino citizen. We're part of the Filipino state. We're governed by the Filipino state. And all countries have their states. Okay? United States of America, as the name implies. Even other countries, no, whether developing or first world country, they are governed by states, especially those what we call nations. Okay? So merong gobyerno, merong estado. And because of that, because of membership to that or via citizenship, we have what you call our legal rights, our citizenship rights. Na again, just like the contractual, it is only applicable as far as you are a citizen of the state, ng ating lipunan, ng ating estado. So, kunwari ako, nag-decide ako, at of course, hindi ko ito gagawin in real life, pero kung nag-decide ako na magpalipat ng citizen, like kunwari sa Europe, sa France, gusto ko maging French, au revoir, ayan, gusto maging French, therefore, hindi na ako sakop ng batas at mga karapatang meron lamang sa mamamayan ng mga Pilipino. Ang applicable na sa akin is kung ano yung karapatan na meron sa estado ng Pransya. Okay? So yun. So just like the contractual rights, it is limited, it's repealable. Oo. So Now, Anthony, pwede ba yan, Sir Anthony, na magpalipat ka ng citizen? Yes, it's a legal thing, no? Kaya may tinatawag na naturalization, di ba? Kahit sa mga sports like sa basketball, magkataka ka, bakit ito yung kulay niya, hindi naman siya dun, bakit siya naglalaro sa bansang to? It's because naging naturalized na siya by a law. So, siya, legally speaking, siya ay mamamayan na nung bansa na yon. So, yun yung legal rights natin. So, yun yung napoproduce ng membership na pangalawa. The third membership, at lahat tayo makaka-relate dito, is what you call membership by virtue of being a person or a human. Peculiarly bilang tao, tayo as human being. And of course, ang karapatang nagbubunga dyan ay tinatawag natin, at alam na natin mula pagkabata, tinuturo sa atin, yung tinatawag na karapatang pantao or human rights, which I sent to your MS team last time during our makeup class last Thursday. Nandun dun yun sa ating thread, no? Tingnan nyo na lang dun sa MS wall natin. Okay, it's there since Thursday pa, before we started our virtual makeup class. So going back, so yung tatlong karapatang pantao, bunga doon sa tatlong uri ng membership: contractual rights, legal rights, and human rights. Now, let's dwell on the human rights kasi ito yung pinakamataas sa lahat. It's higher than contractual and legal. In fact, yung legal mo, when you make a law na may kinukonsider ng karapatan, of course, lagi naman kinukonsider ng karapatan pag gumagawa ng batas. And even sa mga kontratang pinapasok o pinapasok natin o ginagawa, laging ang basihan natin dyan ay human rights. Kasi kahit anong ganda ng kontrata, o kahit anong ganda ng epektibo ng batas, kung yan ay may nasasagasa ang karapatang pantao, yan ay laging questionable, and more often than not, yan ay immoral o mali. Bakit, Sir Anthony? Bakit kanyo, mga anak? Because, anong ba meron sa human rights na wala dun sa dalawa? Number one, binanggit ko na, human rights is non-repealable. Hindi siya pwedeng alisin. Inalienable rights. Okay? Kaya nga may tinatawag na inalienable rights. Okay? So, next is yung tinatawag nating universal. So, universal ang human rights. Ibig sabihin, kahit anong lahi mo, anong generation mo, kesehod ng mayaman yung bansa nyo o hindi, kesehod ng may kapansanan ka o wala, kesehod ng mayaman ka sa social status o hindi, matalino o hindi, pantay-pantay lang tayo at lahat tayo ay may karapatan. So, una, unrepealable or inalienable, ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng alisin. So, kahit pa kriminal, kaya guys, di ba, yung nagiging issue sa death penalty, bakit? Kahit sa extrajudicial killing, kasi being a sinner or being a bad person na lang or a criminal does not make you non-human. Although ikaw, may mga part sa sarili mo na you choose not to practice being human, but in essence, tao ka pa rin. Okay, kahit na masaklap yun sa parte ng biktima, alam natin hindi naman okay, with due respect ko din, but that is reality because of course mapag-aaralan dito sa masunod na lesson na one of the right kasi ng tao is right, every people has the right to change. And totoo naman yung pwede tayo magbago. Lahat tayo dito nagkamali. Ako, may kasalanan din ako. So kung dahil lang sa kasalanan ko, dahil lang sa kasalanan mo, i-deprive na iba mong karapatan, hindi ka na pwede kumain, ganito, hindi naman, unfair din naman yun. Tama? So that's inalienable or non-repealable. The second one nga is universal. Applicable to all. Kriminal o hindi kriminal, kahit ng generation, bata, matanda. Lahat may karapatang pantao. May konting sigurong specifications pero lahat meron. At pangatlo, bakit universal? Bakit inalienable? At ito yung pinakamahalaga sa lahat. Because human rights is inherent. It is natural as a person. It's a natural from a person. It's a bunga ito ng ating intellect at ng ating free will. Okay? And of course, ng ating nature as a rational and spiritual being compared to other animals, other creation like animals and plants. But guess what? All human rights, may tinatawag tayong moral rights So, kasi nga, may membership. So, may moral community, may membership ng mga doktor, may membership ng mga teacher, may membership ng mga estudyante, like student council. So, meron din moral community. And the moral community, dalawa yan. In general, no? Una, tayo mga tao, we're part of a moral community. And of course, yung mga animals, dahil may buhay sila, and like us, like human beings, di ba, ang mga animals is somehow similar to us. In what sense? Di ba, they're also sentient beings. When you say sentient beings or sentience, they are capable of experiencing pain and pleasure. different to plants. Pero di ba kahit nga plants, even if we don't consider them as part of the moral community, we also protect the value of their life. Okay, kasi nga ang moral is always attached with the value of life. So ibig sabihin mga anak, in short, human rights are also moral rights. Okay, so lahat tayo may karapatang pang-moral dahil member tayo ng moral community. And again, hindi lang po tayong part ng moral community, but also the animals and plants, especially animals by virtue of sentience. Okay? So kaya nga 'di ba yung animal rights are also considered as moral rights. Though hindi nila kayang pagtanggol yung kanilang sarili, pero tayo mga tao 'di ba, we recognize that. Okay? May karapatan silang kumain, etc. and so on. Kaya may mga advocates tayo diyan. Pero of course, more than the animal rights, ang pinakamahalaga rito is i-recognize natin yung karapatang pantao ng ating kapwa-tao. Kasi tayo nga gusto nating recognize yung karapatan natin eh. Eh di dapat ganun din tayo sa iba. And likewise, kung talagang seryoso ka dyan sa kalayaan natin karapatan, dapat we perform our responsibilities, we are accountable, thereby we perform our duties as a human being. Which will be our next video. We talk about ano bang duty natin sa isa't isa bilang tao. Okay, generally, dalawa lang din naman yon. So, yun lang naman po. Salamat sa pakikinig. If you have questions, you ask it during our virtual class. And please watch this at share this to your classmates and even to other students who's taking philosophy or who would like to take time to know themselves. So, yun lang po and thank you and God bless.